Okay, so I guess I'm in. Okay, so look, welcome to Moral High Ground, where I talk about what's morally right. Today I'm going to be reviewing a video about food stamps. Like people losing food stamps in Section 8. So we're going to just get into it, and I'm going to just give my honest opinion. Okay, let's go do this first. Holy crap, you can see me. Okay. So here we go. Here's this video. It's a bunch of clips from TikTok and other places, and everybody's opinion on food stamps and so forth. It's something, though, I think should be changed, because too many people manipulate it, and they buy things that are not food stamps. They trade them for other things and stuff like that. And it's not fair now to a lot of people that work and things. I mean, I had food stamps before, but I've always told them I didn't need them, even though we always need them. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's a thing where long ago it was something I did a lot, but I've been working my ass off for years, so I haven't had food stamps. So other people, I don't know, maybe they love being on them or whatnot, but the times do get hard, and you need that help. But so now it's a change because of Trump's thing. So let's get into it.
Hey guys, yes, it's true that the White House is proposing to eliminate the Section 8 voucher program, and what they want to do is basically put a time limit, which is a 2-year time limit on all able-bodied citizens. So if you're able-bodied, meaning that you're not a veteran, you're not disabled, you're not elderly, if you're able-bodied and can work, and you're going to have a 2-year time. That's what they're proposing, a 2-year time limit, and there's no more Section 8.
My landlord just showed up to our house, our trailer.
A 2-year time limit should be good enough to try to get things settled, I think. You know, this is my opinion, but let's hear what she's talking about now.
Okay? It told me that we have 24 hours to move. 24 hours, not even 24 hours. She's giving me till 4 o'clock tomorrow to be out. Me and my 6 kids, because Section 8 didn't pay our rent this month.
So guess what?
Section 8, and you have 6 kids. That girl loves a nookie. That's the best I can say about the whole situation. That's pretty bad. 6 kids and you're on food stamps, and you got to move immediately. I think she should have planned on trying to get some kind of employment. You know, if she probably got a dude, or maybe, you know, you never know the situation. Maybe her spouse passed away, or they got divorced. Either way, situations like that where I think a woman needs to think more before they end up in that situation, because times is hard, and we're not living, you know, nothing lasts forever, obviously, and food stamps right now, from what this video is saying, is going to be gone. So they should have prepared for the worst. Even if you feel comfortable, that's the problem. People get comfortable way too fast. You know, and it's something that people need to stop doing and actually look at their surroundings and the people, and wondering if they are actually that close to where they can get comfortable. Okay, that means your job, your girlfriend, your friends, whatever, even your family. You gotta know your boundaries, and if you are really able to be comfortable in that situation, whatever the situation may be. And that's just my opinion.
We gonna be the ones walking around in the grocery store with the big baskets, cause we deserve it. All these years, they've been letting people with no job. They walking around with 2-3 baskets full of groceries, and us hard-working people, we got a little handheld basket with 2-3 items in there, cause that's all we have left out of our check. And they sitting around getting fat food, eating lobsters and shrimp and crabs and all this other good food, and we can't even eat that. And we the ones going to work.
My goodness.
I don't think it's really much of a thing to be happy and celebrate that they're not on food stamps. Like, you just saw the woman with the 6 kids. You know, I do disagree with, you know, I agree and disagree with what she's saying. You know, like just the other day I had to go to the store and buy like 4 things. And then somebody, you know, like, oh, you got food stamps? No, I got cash, right? And then this guy that was sitting there before me had all this shit. And it was, and you could tell obviously he's homeless or something, but it's like, god dang, You know what I mean? Like, if you can put your energy into getting all that food and you have no place to cook it, what the hell, you know what I mean? Like, there's something wrong there. You know, something that doesn't make sense. So I understand that part of it. The part where she's like, oh, you know, it's about time, you know, something happened to these people who get all this stuff while the rest of us have to work our ass off. No, it's about time for everybody to try to work their ass off so they can survive. That's what it's about time for, not about the food. It should be an automatic priority for you to try to get money to survive, no matter what the cost in some cases. I'm not saying go to extremes and kill people or whatever, but I'm saying try to put your life on the right track and sort your life out.
It is about time that they are getting rid of food stamps, get rid of Section 8, get rid of EBT cards, get rid of child support, get rid of it all. All of it needs to go. It's about time we stop handing all these women all this free money. Send their ass to work.
What makes
So, in a way, I agree with him because women will reap more of the benefits there. But at the same time, Section 8 thing is questionable. The food thing, yeah, they gotta fix that. I mean, you got people buying drugs with food stamps. You got people buying. I saw some video where a girl's talking about buying her nails. She can't get her nails done because now she don't got food stamps and some other crap like that. You know, there's so many under the table bargaining for food stamps. It makes no sense. Get rid of child support. I agree there too. And the only reason why I agree there is because now I understand if you love your child, you should be able to financially pay for them. But I think a lot of people should have thought of that before they had sex and had the kid. You know, if you're gonna do the time, you might as well do the crime, or if you do the crime, you might as well do the time, or something. You know, you know, pretty much. If you knew you was gonna get down and dirty, you should have, and you knew you weren't gonna use no rubber or anything like that. You should have been made sure you was financially set before you made sure a baby came on this toilet earth. And you should have been able to have enough money to take care of the kid no matter what. But the way women talk now, like on these little clips, I've seen tons of them, they should have never made TikTok, they should have never made none of this crap for women to speak their minds because it makes them so toxic, dudes don't want to mess with them, to be honest with you. And it's just like, you know, that type of personality. I mean, I get it if you need a woman so bad, you listen to this stuff and you don't care, you're just going to be with a woman, a simp as they say. But me, I've been with multiple women and things, it's like that stuff don't even impress me, it don't turn me on. And you saying the same crap every other girl saying, you sound dumb, okay? And then if you're a woman that's on these things like this dude is saying, you know, you women need to go to work. Talking about they need rich men and all this. What dude? Don't you know people got salaries? Who makes over fucking $600K an hour? You know what I'm saying? Nobody that want to mess with you. It doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? Or $600K a year, I should say. You know what I mean? But it's just like, it doesn't make any sense. And so, yeah, women need to go back to work. A lot of women need to go back to work. And a lot of women need to just get rid of the whole delusion that they got put in their mind. The most brainwashed of the species of human is female. Because this whole feminist bullshit and all this other stuff they keep talking about, it's not helping. It's just separating men and women. And I think men and women need to be more closer now than ever because no one's safe. And there's no one you can truly trust anymore. And if you get rid of Section 8, there's going to be total chaos because there's going to be so many people on the streets, and there's too many people on the streets already. Okay? And so I think that one's bad. Food stamps, gotta work that out or get rid of them. Yeah, I agree. With child support, yeah, they should have figured it out. But with Section 8, they need to fix it to where it helps more people. But the way you fix Section 8, lowered housing costs, like I've been saying, and figure out the way to work the economy to where people can survive. It's ridiculous. You get a paycheck and your paycheck can't even cover your rent. And about as much food you can buy if it's $40 worth because you can't afford to miss one rent payment. And if you do, you're on the streets. That's where we're at right now. People might have like $40, $60 to spend on food for the rest of the month. and they can't afford anything else because they want to pay their rent, or they miss, the next paycheck might be for the lights and phone and all that, but it's not enough because you still need more money. Because back in the day, $20 could stretch. $20 is like $5 nowadays in our economy, to be honest with you. But anyway, back to the video.
You think that people who get Section 8 and food stamps right now don't already work? And why they gotta be lazy? That's not true. That is definitely not always the case.
I don't understand, why do people get off on seeing other people miserable or their lives kind of like falling apart a little bit?
We've been hearing a whole...
So that girl there, she's sending a message. I remember watching this video, and she's sending a message there. That video anyway. And if you pay very close attention, it's a message saying that she's got money by showing all these jewelries and shit. And it doesn't mean you have money. You can get that out the damn swap meet or something like that. All it is trying to say that you're better than other people you're talking about.
whole lot about cuts to food stamps and cuts to Medicaid. We are all thinking about the people that receive the benefits, but nobody is talking about the hospitals, the doctors, and the grocery stores that receive their share of over $900 billion in revenue from these programs.
Look.
Now, she brings up a good point. It's like I said before, if you track something, somewhere someone's making money. And honestly, you know, yes, that's probably what's happening. These places are making tons of money. Let's not forget the WIC program.
If you live in an Oregon zip code and have 0 DUIs in the last 5 years...
Stupid commercials.
I've been telling y'all.
So not to forget the WIC program. Now, the WIC program is for babies, and it lasts until they're like 3 or something like that. But I mean, that's abundance of milk that they can get for the baby, formula, diapers, I think. I don't know how, it probably changed over the years. I don't know what the new thing is, but the WIC program is a thing that's pretty much given to mothers of babies that can't afford things and don't have a husband or whatever. And that's a program that might be still needed. Okay, now it's not being brought up in this video, but it's this program where if Trump or whoever in the White House is deciding to do this, then they need to go and analyze the WIC program, not see how you can take it away, but see how to make it more efficient. But I believe that one you can't hustle. You can't hustle the WIC program, but they can hustle the food stamps, and they do hustle the food stamps. Section 8 is another thing that gets hustled, because I believe when you're on Section 8, you can't have a significant other. You can't have a boyfriend or a girlfriend that come in and make sure you don't have a lover living with you, but people do that as well. They just tell them to leave on the day that the people are coming, you know. And so that's another one where it might be an issue. You know, it's the same thing with all type of housing. There's always some kind of rules, but with Section 8, it's more of a thing where you gotta follow the rules or you will lose it. Okay, so yeah.
All about this Project 2025 stuff for a minute now. And now it's all playing out just as I described. Section 8 getting cut. Food stamps getting cut. This ain't just something on the news. This is people we know, our families, getting hit. Folks out here trying to survive, and the little bit of help they was getting, gone. And you already know, when stuff like this goes down, we the ones who feel it first. Our communities always catch it the worst. I want to show you something, but before I do, just really think about where this is going. If they doing this now, imagine what's next. Pay attention, y'all, because this ain't fear-mongering, it's facts. And the sad part, this is just the beginning. Let's get into it.
So, to pause it real quick, because, you know, she's saying y'all and all that. She's representing blacks. And this is also black discoveries or whatever. But the thing about it is, okay, there's tons of people of every race that's on food stamps, that's on these Section 8, you know. In the state I'm in, there's a lot of Caucasians that's on Section 8, it's just as well as black people, because they outnumber black people. And the same thing with a lot of other states like that. But they're not out here talking about it. They got people that they probably can help them out, you know. Unlike the thing with the black community is they're divided. And so that helps, you know, a lot of people, because they can't rely on their uncle or their aunt or something, or their cousin or mom, dad, whatever, because like I said, the culture gets divided. And it doesn't have a strong family bond like they did from the 70s on to the 90s. You know, families started separating and splitting apart because the old ones died off. And the ones that were popular in the family became the older ones that people look up to now. But yet they're still living the way they was living in a lot of different situations. But do I think this should be a focus that on the black community? Definitely not. I think it should be looked at upon all the people who are close to poverty. That's the way I look at it. It shouldn't be just a black thing. It should be people who are looking close to poverty. Like I said, tons of people across the nation, no matter what skin color, that's down and out and getting down and out, are on these things. And so I believe though that the black community does need help. But if they're looking at it like it's just a black thing, then maybe that was the 40 acres and a mule, and now they're taking it from you because they're not trying to give us anything else.
No. She says we have 24 hours. I don't know, because Section 8 didn't pay this month or last month. You guys, my landlord just showed up to our house, our trailer, okay, and told me that we have 24 hours to move. 24 hours, not even 24 hours. She's giving me till 4 o'clock tomorrow to be out. Me and my 6 kids, because Section 8 didn't pay our rent this month. And then when she went to go look back, because they didn't pay this last month, she realized they haven't paid in 3 months. And you're just now telling me? Just now. She doesn't even have an eviction on paper. She's threatening to turn off the utilities if we're not gone by tomorrow. Where the hell am I gonna go with 6 kids? Where?
So this is a personal thing where just that little comment, you know, where do I go with 6 kids? How are you? You should have thought when you were in the wherever you are state of mind, how can I survive with 6 kids on my own? That's what she should have thought. But the thing about I just realized is that she said they're cutting off the utilities. So if you're on Section 8, it means you don't pay lights, you don't pay for anything. That's kind of well nested. I mean, you don't have to worry about shit. Whatever little thing is that you're paying. If I remember right here, it's $30, I guess, if you're on Section 8. I don't know. No, I mean, I work my butt off, and it sucks. I don't know what the hell. But, you know what I'm saying, to keep my little crappy place. But I'm so confused.
Because anywhere I go, I'm going to need first and last month's rent. And then she expects me to come up with almost $4,000 in back rent because Section 8 decided they weren't going to pay my rent.
She said it was only 2 months, no, 3 months of not paying rent. So how the hell is it $4,000 for a trailer within 3 months' time? I don't understand. I don't get it.
This is bullshit. What kind of rights do I have? She can't do this to us. Where are we going?
Y'all, please tell me y'all.
But that proves my point. It's just not a Section 8 food stamps and all that. It's not just a one race thing. It's all people who are down and out suffering and things. This whole situation is crazy.
Seen that lady on TikTok, the Caucasian lady talking about the food stamps, crying because the food stamp office cut. She got cut off of food stamps, $4,000 of food stamps, cut off her Section 8. Her Section.
How the hell do you get $4,000 in food stamps? Who in the hell would get that much food stamps, and how? And then on top of that, if you got $4,000 in food stamps, you gotta have a lot of kids. I mean, you gotta have an army. There must be a military base somewhere, and you're the mother of every freaking soldier on that base. That's crazy. That's too much. Well, hell yeah, with some situation, whatever this situation is she's talking about, that I'm interrupting right now, okay? That's crazy. Yeah, they need to take away food stamps if it's like that. One person can get that much food stamps. And last time I remember, shoot, I don't know, what was it, 15, 16 years ago, maybe longer? It's been a long time since I've been on food stamps. I think I had like $120 in food stamps. This person had $4,000. Crazy.
I think she was paying like $86 or something a month. She got like 6 or 7 kids. She gets so.
Like I said, they ain't gotta have a lot of kids. That blows my mind. So if she has 6, 7 kids and you got $4,000 food stamps, what in the hell, man? What the wow. I don't even know what to say.
Social Security, she get welfare, she gets everything. Y'all, she's on there crying because they cut her off of everything and they told her that she's gonna have to get a job. Y'all, and that's not even the bad part. The bad part is like she's capably able, like she's able to work. Like she's like, I can't work, and then she paused and she was like, well, I can work, but I don't want.
Yo, hold on, I got some commercial crap popping up, I think. But yo, this is the shit don't make sense to me. How can you have that many kids?
What am I gonna do?
How can you have that many kids and not have money? This is what I'm saying, man. If you're gonna have kids, I don't care if it's unexpected or nothing. If you're gonna lay down with a bride and you think you're gonna knock her up, or you just wanna, you look at her and you just like, I'm gonna give it to her, I'm not gonna use a rubber or nothing, right? You should have money, nest egg somewhere. This is insane. This doesn't make sense to me how $4,000 food stamps for 7 kids and you by yourself with 7 kids, and then you're probably one of them girls that are like, oh, I'm gonna find me a dude. Are you crazy? What dude wants to be around 7 kids? I'm not trying to be funny. There is guys that will do it. There's guys that love the woman so much because they think she's a hottie or whatever the hell, and they'll put up with it because they're whipped, man. They whipped. They brainwashed and whipped. But that's crazy, yo. I don't see that logically making any kind of sense whatsoever. It's insane. It's just the whole thing just blew my mind.
I told y'all before, and TikTok fact checked me and say I was lying about President Trump said he was gonna stop the food stamps. What am I gonna do? I told y'all they was gonna stop Section 8. I told y'all they was gonna stop Section 8 housing, food stamps. What am I gonna do? I ain't gonna have my Section 8. I ain't gonna have my food stamps. What am I gonna do, y'all?
This is the pity party crap. I'm not trying to be funny, but I mean, honestly, you gotta have a certain drive, desire, will to fight. I've said this before, but to me, it's like, look, man, I lost everything behind a crazy female I was with. And I didn't rely on it. Most people are like, oh, you can come stay with me, especially some of the other girls I knew and things and stuff. There's one girl in particular, oh, Shelby, you can stay with me. And she even offering herself up, oh, we can have sex and this and that. And you can live with me. And I'm thinking, fuck no, right? I'm going to make my money. And I did. I would work at 2 jobs. And I would work on the weekend. I was stacking money. And then there was times I would, fall off because I want something. I want to buy clothes. I want to go to the bar. At the time I was still drinking. I haven't had a good drink in years recently, but I mean, come on. I mean, I worked my butt off and I've got a place. I'm not on Section 8. Yeah, am I close to meeting Section 8? Probably. I don't know, but I'm gonna try my best to stay the hell on my own accord without having to depend on somebody else. And especially when you're a guy, I can't understand other guys. I never understood it, where they have to live underneath a woman. They have to have a woman's house. Like, oh, I'm going to stay with this broad. I'm staying. For what? You can't find your own house. You can't live on your own. You literally sabotaged your life by crime or something to where you can't buy your own place. That's the dumbest shit ever. Okay? Your survival is more important than anything. And if you can't fight for yourself, and you damn sure ain't gonna fight for anything else, it makes you worthless. And in so many senses, as a man. And as for females, they need this if they're not smart enough, to be honest with you. It's the same thing with, you got women that could be in a man's working field underneath like a secretary or maybe even the CEO in some cases. But most women that are not smart become strippers or somewhere in the sex entertainment business and stuff like that. Just like guys that aren't smart, they become gangbangers or drug dealers or whatnot. So this is why we have these people in our society, because they're not educated enough to move up to something else, or they just got stuck in that rut because they thought it was a cool lifestyle to be in. So in this scenario, they gotta be done. Okay, you got one woman talking about has 6 kids, another woman got 7 kids, $4,000 in food stamps. Where's the dudes? Like, what are you doing? What is this? I can't believe the reality of this. Thank God for making me and every other dude a meal to where we don't have this problem.
And TikTok fact checked me and said I was lying, and I told y'all they was gonna cut the food stamps off. What am I gonna do? I'm not gonna have my food stamps. What am I gonna do? I'm not gonna be able to get my $0 I get a month in my food stamps. What am I gonna do? I'm not gonna be able to get my $0 that I get a month in food stamps. What am I gonna do?
The government is...
I'm really not digging that pity party shit. Like, go work. I mean, you can do fast food. I mean, it's not that hard. And then there you go. Okay, so go do fast food, any kind of restaurant. I was working out and worked at one restaurant. I was bringing home a little food or whatever, you know, and it was a pretty much expensive restaurant. But at night, you know, there's certain things they got that they cook. You can take home. They give it away to people anyway. Like, okay, we're not gonna throw everything away. Take this, take that. Like, they'll have breakfast, you know, in the morning time, and then instead of throwing it away, everybody, hey, you want the rest of this? You have this, you know, or you know, something like that. Or even McDonald's, Burger King, whatever. You're gonna mess up on burgers. Take some home, whatever. You know, they should change that policy. There is a policy where they can't do that, but I think they should. Not just do that, but be able to give homeless people food, because there's a lot of, it's made to order crap, make it to where there's a lot of food waste. So there's more food waste in the restaurant business than anywhere else in the country. And I think it's sad if instead of wasting the food, put it in some kind of container or something and give it to the homeless people. I said this in another video earlier today, and this is what they should do. You know what I'm saying? And that way there wouldn't be no food waste, and people like this are saying that, oh, we can't feed my kids. Well, now you can't because you work at McDonald's or you work at Burger King or Taco Bell. I don't care where you work, but now you got food for your kids. That gives you a good start, good footing in somewhere where at least your people are eating and you can still pay your bills, save up some money, whatever. And hey, I think it was like $18 an hour now in California for McDonald's. I mean, it's not that much minimum wage anymore.
It's cutting food stamps for some people. Oh, I know y'all mad about this. The handouts are coming to an end. So if you have no dependents, you're not getting food stamps in some counties. I don't know if this is the whole United States, but I know in Georgia they're cutting food stamps. Wow, about time. It is about time y'all start stepping up and snatching back food stamps from all these freeloaders. And trust me, there's plenty of people out there that have abused the hell out of the food stamp system. My goodness, it is about time that they are getting rid of food stamps. Get rid of Section 8. Get rid of EBT cards. Get rid of child support. Get rid of it all. All of it needs to go. It's about time we stop handing all these women all this free money. Send their ass to work.
This is the second time they played that video. And I'm still gonna say, you know, like the food stamps, yes, is like, I agree with them being manipulated to the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just sad. Child support, yes, you know, these people should have thought about it. They need to stop letting them just do it. And maybe by taking child support away, they're not gonna just make babies and not think about the repercussions of their actions. You know, which is very serious. This is lives. These ain't just like little kid toys or some doll you bought from Toys R Us. This is a living being that has to depend on you for food, to change things, to learn how to speak, to walk. You know what I mean? This is crazy. You know what I mean? And the fact that they need food stamps to do it makes it even more insane. You know, I mean, it's crazy. Then the Section 8 thing is just like I said, it's a stone step away from being homeless. You take it away. So that one's questionable, but everything else, man.
Let me educate you dumb motherfuckers when it comes to Section 8. For a person that used to be on Section 8. Section 8 goes according to your income. So stop motherfuckers saying that these people's out here paying $2 a month, $80 a month. No, the f*** they not. If you are working and you are a full-time worker, Section 8 is taking 30% of your income. I know this because I used to be on Section 8. I was paying over $1,200 a month because of my income. You motherfuckers hit Section 8 and just sweeping down these mothers ain't got shit going for themselves. They paying $5 a month. Y'all don't know a motherfucking thing. And as far as people with food stamps, it's a lot of motherfucking people out here that's on food stamps that's working a full-time job.
Yeah, that's true. They do. So if you're working, they do give you food stamps, but it has to be a certain amount. So if you get like, I don't know how much over minimum wage, you can't apply for food stamps. It's ridiculous. So you got to be somewhere around the minimum wage margin or below minimum wage to get food stamps. You know, anything above minimum wage or just the top minimum wage level. I don't know what minimum wage is now, but the top highest minimum wage pay, they're not gonna give you food stamps. It's crazy, but it's the truth, you know. And she's not lying about that. As for Section 8, that's questionable. I think it has to do with different people. There's just some kind of thing where you pay $30 a month for Section 8. Some people do pay lower. I think it was somebody that was a vet who only had to pay $10 for Section 8. So it's crazy.
Why is y'all so worried about what the other people got going on? They're paying in their taxes too to receive them motherfucking food stamps. It is so many people on this internet hollering about, yeah, now they get their lazy ass up. Who the said that they wasn't up already? Who the said that they wasn't up?
The girl in the video where she kept going, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? That's a lazy ass broad. And she said she's not able to get her ass up because she's wondering what she's gonna do.
You motherfuckers get on here putting your 2 cents in and don't know a motherfucking thing.
Amazon Publishing.
So I'm kind of over this now. I'm kind of over this now. I don't know how long I've been in the video so far, but I'm kind of getting pissed off even watching it because it's just like everyone complaining. You got the people complaining that they're getting stuff taken away. You got the people celebrating and complaining at the same time. You know, because dude's like, oh, put these women back to work and all that. He's angry that women get everything. That's his thing. He's jealous of that because literally it's hard as hell to be a dude. And we ain't getting no opportunities the way women do. When you take away that opportunity from women, it kind of puts us on the same playing field. But when it comes to, oh, what am I gonna do and all this with the Section 8 and the kids and $4,000 in food stamps, good God, I can't understand it. It's like crazy. So I don't know, I just come on to try to explain this video. I was gonna hold out. I can't hold out anymore. It's too much for me. So I'm gonna like say it's time for me to come back to this later. Okay, I'm gonna come back later. I've already been in here for 30 minutes talking about it, and I'll just say that this is a serious issue. It is. It shouldn't be ignored or brushed under the table. But at the same time, I think the problem is too many people depend on the government. Too many people think the government is, you know, supposed to do these things for you. You're supposed to do things for yourself. The government's supposed to take care of the things like medical, taxes, all these things that they've been trying to avoid talking about, and by throwing these things like food stamps and stuff out there so you be so comfortable you won't be paying attention to what they're doing on the other side of the fence. I mean, that's my opinion, you know, and I believe that's the way it really is. There's so much stuff being done that we don't know about, and because people were so satisfied with certain little ignorant things, they accept it. You know, they accept it, and the country went this far now to where people are whining like this because they've been given so much things, opportunities, and it's all been exploited. And now that people know that it's being exploited, they're taking it away. And so, I don't know. That's my opinion. I'll talk about this maybe another time. But peace be with you guys. You tell me in the comments if you think, you know, them taking away food stamps and things is morally right or wrong. Otherwise, peace be with you.